I read a ton, and today I'm going to do a book review of a book by the queen of social media, Rachel Pedersen, and her book Unfiltered. Let's get to it. Hey everyone. So let me say right out of the gate, out of respect for the author, this video is not going to be a complete rehash of the book. First of all, the book is written for all business owners and entrepreneurs. She does a great job of painting a picture of what it's like to be in business for yourself. And while she often speaks to the entrepreneur just starting out, I feel that she also speaks to things that even seasoned business owners can find valuable. I will say about halfway through, I thought the book was a little basic, but I'm going to come back to that. Like I said, I'm not going to rehash the entire book here, but I am going to hit some high points that I think will entice you to read the book on your own, no matter where you're at in your business journey. So starting out, she talks a great deal about having and creating a personal vision, which if you know me at all, that's the stuff that really winds my clock. We have to know why we're doing what we're doing, and she continually makes that point over and over. And I can tell you, as a strategist who works with a lot of business owners, it has to be repeated over and over because it's easy to forget. In the early part of the book, she writes about what to look for in a compatible mentor and setting expectations when working with a mentor. And she spent quite a bit of time on that, which made me happy because not many offers do that, and they certainly don't do that without trying to sell me on their mentorship program. Instead, she put a lot of emphasis on her mentors, and not once did she try to sell me on joining any sort of mentorship program that she has. I thought that was a solid move. I gathered that Rachel is an avid reader, she's an avid researcher, and she's an avid learner. And she repeatedly makes the case for continually educating yourself from people who you want to emulate, which again, I think is solid advice. In the book, she references the need for boundaries, setting boundaries not just with your clients, but also with yourself. One of my favorite parts of the book is where she absolutely destroys the backward concept of hustle culture, and I'll let you read that on your own. But one of the more quotable parts of the book is on page 106, and this is, I'm going to read this directly from the book. Quote, I realized I was giving too much time to my work because I didn't have well-defined start and stop times or any other kind of boundary. I made all of my time available for work, and I used it all on work. This is textbook Parkinson's Law. And that was so me, and that really spoke to me. She talked a lot about dealing with head trash, that's my word, and how common that is for business owners, and I really appreciated that. She references that a lot more than I would have expected, but I will admit it made me feel as though she really gets the problems that we all face. The doubts, the fears, and all the self-deprecating and self-defeating voices in our heads, not to mention the oversensitivity to rejection that some of us have, and how to learn to endure frequent harsh criticism, especially in the online world. There was a lot of great tactics on getting things done, especially if there were just days where you just couldn't really even get out of bed. Of course, she also discusses using social media, which is appropriate given her title as a social media queen. The thing I really appreciated about this book, as opposed to other books on the subjects of social media, is that the information is both timely, but it's also strategic and evergreen. And she's also careful not to suggest too many websites that might not exist in 2 years or 6 days, since that world can change quite rapidly. There's an overall tone in the book that brings up the importance of getting a team together once you are beyond the freelancer and solopreneur level. But she doesn't stress that revenue growth should be your ultimate goal. Over and over, she makes a great case for harmony between your work life and your home life, and that's a message that really resonated with me. There are so many nuggets in this book, as you can see by my copious notes, that I would really encourage anyone who is in business to read this and implement what she has suggested, particularly her dozens of suggestions relating to mindset, motivation, and boundaries. I mentioned earlier that I thought the book was a little basic, and it was near the end of the book, in one of the last chapters, that she really hit me right between the eyes like she was reading my damn mind. She wrote about someone who wanted to leave one of her programs because they thought that everything being presented was very basic, that there weren't any mind-blowing revelations. So she asked them, have you applied this basic information to your own life? Have you applied what you've learned so far to your business? Their answer was, in fact, no, they hadn't. Basics are basics for a reason. If you're not doing the basics, how in the world are you going to be able to apply advanced techniques and get the advanced results that you want? This reminded me of all the greats who embraced the basics. Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, even Vince Lombardi. This is a football. And all of them embraced the basics. In a world where we are always looking for the next new thing, let's face it, many of us have a cognitive bias towards novelty. And she made such a great point about doing the boring and sometimes mundane work that not everyone is willing to do to be successful. To wrap this up, I found this book to be incredibly easy to read. If you follow Rachel on social media, you understand how easy it is to feel like she's your friend. We don't actually know each other, by the way. In fact, even making my notes around this book, I think I spelled her last name at least 3 different ways. As easygoing as she seems online, you'll hear her familiar voice and her words written in her book. Is it a masterpiece? I'm not sure that's an appropriate word, but is it 100% authentic Rachel? Absolutely. Again, I'm making some judgment about her since I don't really know her. Nor have we met, but I do feel this book is 100% her love for her husband, her love for her children, her staff, her mentors, and it is 100% completely unfiltered. My congratulations to you, Rachel Pedersen, Pedersen, for a book well written and a job well done. If you're looking to buy her book, I'll put a link to her website in the comments, and of course, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.